Lesson 26 Expressing Multiple Impressions. Japanese theme is この卵焼き甘くて美味しいです。It means this Japanese omelette is sweet and delicious. First of all, let's check the skit with English subtitles. Let's begin.
お弁当だよ。僕が作ったんだ。どうぞ。
きれい。すごい。いただきます。この卵焼き甘くて美味しいです。カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。
僕、シェフになりたいんだ。
いいね。
Next time, please focus on Japanese pronunciation and how to read it. Let's begin.
お弁当だよ。僕が作ったんだ。どうぞ。
きれい。すごい。いただきます。この卵焼き甘くて美味しいです。カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。
僕、シェフになりたいんだ。
いいね。
Okay, then let's check the vocabularies from the skit. Please repeat after me. お弁当僕作る Okay, the guy said like that. このお弁当 Okay, please repeat after me. このお弁当僕が作ったんだ。Good. It means I made this lunchbox myself. このお弁当僕が作ったんだ。Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Please repeat after me. どうぞ。きれい。すごい。Okay, the guy said like that. Okay, again, please repeat after me. このお弁当僕が作ったんだ。どうぞ。わあ、きれい。すごい。Good. Yeah, the first sentence. I made this lunchbox, and here you are. どうぞ means like here you are. And after that, the woman said, わあ、きれい。わ come from English. So わ means wow in English. So わきれい. Wow, it's beautiful. すごい. すごい means amazing. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. いただきます. Everyone said like that. いただきます. いただきます means, let's have a meal. It means like いただきます. Okay, I introduce one more expressions. Okay, here, please repeat after me. ごちそうさまでした. Good. いただきます and ごちそうさまでした is the pair of a phrase used in having a meal. It's a specific greetings. When you have a meal in Japan, you need to say like いただきます. After that, you can actually eat the meal. And after eating the meal, you need to say like ごちそうさまでした. It means like you can appreciate for the food. Anyway, please remember both greetings いただきます and ごちそうさまでした. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Please repeat after me. 卵焼き And next one. 甘い And next one. おいしい Okay. So, the woman said like that. This is the point sentence of this lesson. Please repeat after me. この卵焼き、甘くて美味しい。Good. It means like this omelette is so sweet and delicious. 甘い means sweet and delicious means 美味しい。So you can include two more adjectives in one sentence. In this case, the form of adjectives has changed, and order is very important. So let's check the next example. Here, please repeat after me. この卵焼き、美味しくて甘い。Good. It means like this omelette is so delicious and sweet. You can see the last adjective, 美味しい or 甘い is the normal form. If you want to add the adjectives before that, you need to follow the other rules like 甘くて、美味しくて like that. Like 甘い change to 甘くて and 美味しい change to like 美味しくて。There is some rules of changing adjectives. Anyway, we can study how to change the adjectives in detail in the grammar section. So, let's move on to the next word. Please repeat after me. 本当に料理上手 Okay, let's check the example sentence. Here, please repeat after me. カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。Good. It means like Kaito is a really good cook. カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。上手 means literally like skillful. But in this case, カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。It means like Kaito is good at cooking the meal. Okay, so next one. シェフになる。Kaito says like that. Okay, please repeat after me. 僕は将来シェフになりたいんだ。Good. It means I want to be a chef in the future. 僕は将来シェフになりたいんだ。Okay, next one. いい。Okay. The woman said like that. Please repeat after me. いいね。Good. It means it sounds good. Okay, so that's the new vocabularies from the skit. So let's move on to the next section. In this section, let's read the whole sentence. You can improve your Japanese pronunciation and you can understand how to read the sentence. Anyway, let's get this started. Please repeat after me. お弁当だよ。僕が作ったんだ。どうぞ。きれい。すごい。いただきます。この卵焼き、甘くておいしいです。カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。僕、シェフになりたいんだ。いいね。Okay, great. So, let's move on to the key phrase section. Today's key phrase is about expressing multiple impressions. Example sentences. この卵焼き、甘くておいしいです。It means, this Japanese omelette is sweet and delicious. Okay, so let's check the explanation. To use two more adjectives consecutively with an e adjective, replace the e at the end with kute and connect it to the next adjective. With a na adjective, replace the na at the end with de. Example, beautiful, 綺麗な change to 綺麗で like that. Okay, so let's check the example sentence. Again, here. That's, e adjective. Okay, please repeat after me. この卵焼き、甘くて美味しい。Good. It means this omelette is sweet and delicious. In this case, 甘い change to 甘くて because the root is like you need to replace e with くて. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Let's spell na adjective. For example, like here. Here. Please repeat after me. 富士山は綺麗で素晴らしいです。Good. It means like Mount Fuji is beautiful and wonderful. In this case, na adjective, 綺麗な change to like 綺麗で you need to replace na with de. That's the rule of changing the e adjective or na adjective. Okay, so that's the explanation of the first paragraph. So let's move on to the next paragraph. How to express impressions. In the skit, Tan politely tells her impressions to others by saying, この卵焼き、甘くて美味しいです. Or, this Japanese omelette is sweet and delicious. To express your impressions right away, you say them without des at the end, as in この卵焼き、甘くて美味しい. Like, she said like that, この卵焼き、甘くて美味しいです. But you also can say like that, この卵焼き、甘くて美味しい. The difference is just here, politeness. If you want to say the sentence politely, at the time you need to add this in the end of the sentence. この卵焼き、甘くて美味しいです. If you talk with your friends or family members or the people who is close to you, at the time you can make the sentence casually, like この卵焼き、甘くて美味しい. Okay. So this is also same, like you also can say like 富士山は綺麗で素晴らしい. Whichever is okay. Whichever have the same meaning. Okay, so let's move on to the last paragraph. When you want to share your impressions with someone in particular and ne at the end of the sentence to seek agreement, as in この卵焼き甘くて美味しいですね, or this Japanese omelette is sweet and delicious, isn't it? So, here. Okay, here, please repeat after me. この卵焼き、甘くて美味しいですね. One more sentence. この卵焼き、甘くて美味しいね. Good. Both sentences have the same meaning. If you want anyone's agreement all the time, you need to use these expressions. Just add the ne at the end of the sentence. 美味しいですね, 美味しいね, like that. It means like, it's so delicious, isn't it? It's so delicious, right? Yeah, something like that. each sentence has the same meaning, but if you want to change the politeness, 美味しいです or 美味しい, and if you want to have the agreement at the time, you need to put the ね at the end of the sentence. That's the point of this sentence. Okay, that's it. Anyway, you can combine, two more adjectives in one sentence. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. Please repeat after me. 上野公園どうでしたか？広くて綺麗でとても良かったです。Good. 上野公園どうでしたか？ How was Ueno Park? And you can express your impressions. 広くて綺麗でとても良かったです。It was spacious and beautiful and very nice. Like this sentence, you can use two more verbs in one sentence. In this case, last adjective don't need to follow the rule we studied. The first one and the second one need to follow the rule of key phrase. In this case, 広い e adjective changed to 広くて because you need to replace e with くて. And next one is 綺麗で. That's the な adjective. 綺麗な公園, 綺麗な人, like that. So that's why you need to replace な with で. So you need to say 綺麗で. And the last one, 良かった. 良かった means it was good. You need to change this form. So you can say like 広くて綺麗でとても良かったです. Like that. Anyway, yeah, you can combine two more adjectives in one sentence. Some foreigners say just like 上野公園どうでしたか? After that, they say like 広かったです。綺麗でした。良かったです。Like that. But you can combine in one sentence. 広くて綺麗でとても良かったです。It's more natural phrase. It's more like a native Japanese speaker. So I recommend you to use these expressions. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. Please try to translate 3 English sentences into Japanese. Number 1, it's small and cute, isn't it? Okay, small means 小さい and cute means かわいい, right? In this case, the last adjective かわいい don't need to be changed the form. But 小さい need to change the form. You need to replace e with くて. So, answer is here. Here. Please repeat after me. 小さくてかわいいですね. Good. 小さくてかわいいですね. What's more, English sentence said like that, isn't it? You need to have an agreement at the time. You need to put ね at the end of the sentence. So, 小さくてかわいいですね is the answer. Okay, so next one. It's punctual and convenient, isn't it? Punctual means 正確な, convenient means 便利な, right? So you need to change the form of adjective 1, 正確な. That's a na adjective, so you need to replace na with で. So answer is here. Please repeat after me. 正確で便利ですね. Good. For example, like Japanese train is punctual and convenient. 日本の電車は正確で便利ですね. Like that. Okay, great. Let's move on to the last question. It's gorgeous and beautiful, isn't it? Maybe this picture is Kinkakuji Temple, which is located in Kyoto. Anyway, gorgeous means 豪華な and beautiful means 美しい. In this case, you need to change the form of 豪華な. You need to replace な with で. That's why the answer is here. Please repeat after me. 豪華で美しいですね. Good. For example, like the Kinkakuji Temple is gorgeous and beautiful. この金閣寺は豪華で美しいですね。Like that. How about this sentence? It's beautiful and gorgeous, isn't it? In this case, you need to change the form of 美しい to 美しくて. So answer is like 美しくて綺麗ですね. The point is, anyway, last adjective don't need to be changed, right? So if you use, two more verbs, if you use two verbs, for instance, at a time, the first adjective need to be changed. Okay. And what's more, the order of adjectives is very important. Anyway, we finished all of the questions, so let's move on to the next section. Please repeat after me. どうぞ. Good. どうぞ means go ahead, here you are, like that. This word is used when offering someone a meal or giving permission. It's also used when you hand something to someone. In the skit section, Kite also said, like, どうぞ. It means like, here you are, please have a meal. Yeah, we often use this word. For example, when you go to a Japanese restaurant or something, the clerk would say like, どうぞ, when they serve the meal. Okay, anyway, the meaning is like, go ahead or here you are. Okay, great. So, we finished most of the activities. Lastly, let's check the video to review it. In the skit section, please focus on understanding whole story in Japanese. And what's more, let's check the kanji and the triptych section as well. Let's begin.
Easy Japanese. Give it a try.
お弁当だよ。僕が作ったんだ。どうぞ。
きれい。すごい。いただきます。この卵焼き、甘くて美味しいです。カイトは本当に料理が上手だね。
僕、シェフになりたいんだ。
いいね。
Japanese bento box lunches taste good and look good too.
They sure do.
For our practice this time, let's stack adjectives back to back. That will give you more ways to express your impressions. Tam said, この卵焼き甘くて美味しいです. First, the object's name. Then, the first adjective. But here's the key. Change I of I ending adjectives to くて. For example, 甘い, 甘くて. Then say the next adjective as is, and finally, this.
いろんなものが売ってますね。あのお菓子大きくて面白いです。
あれは名物のタコせんべいですよ。
はい、どうぞ。
あの店員さん、可愛くて優しいです。
Amy, you were just there. That was you, wasn't it?
Was it? Let's work on the pronunciation. この卵焼き甘くて美味しいです。この卵焼き甘くて美味しいです。
Trip tip. Enoshima is only 90 minutes from Tokyo, but it feels like a world away. The food is fabulous. If you come to Enoshima, you've got to indulge in shirasudon, rice with fresh white bait.
It's delicious. Excellent.
Then go see the Enoshima Sea Candle. The iconic observatory provides a spectacular view. That's just a sampling of what's on the island. Today's kanji. Enoshima is known for this. Umi, meaning sea.
That's easy Japanese. Visit our website for past episodes and other learning materials. またね!
Okay, that's the end of the lesson 26, expressing multiple impressions. I hope you learned something new. See you next time.